Alright, so for this video, I'm just going to start off by doing my face. I just feel like really just sitting in front of the camera talking and doing my makeup. I don't know if anybody has ever really gotten in like one of those moods where they're just like wanted to try something like new with makeup and you just want to like sit and talk or something. I don't know, am I like the only weirdo who thinks that? Maybe, probably. But yeah. So, I've been on YouTube now for like, I don't know, a month. And I don't know, I feel like this is just such a really good way for people to like express themselves and do basically whatever you want. Like, I know that obviously there's rules to YouTube right now. I mean, there's always been rules, but I mean, this is a perfect place for anyone who feels like, you know, people don't accept them. They can come on here and just express themselves. And I think that is like a really great tool for someone to have, because you never know what someone is going through, or if they're depressed, or if they're, I don't know, just they don't feel accepted and they want to put themselves out there. And this is a great way to do it in a very like closed off environment where no one can really hurt you physically through this position, like through a camera. But it's a great, what I mean by that is that it's a great way to take the first step, like using this as kind of like a diary. Only the difference with the diary is no one can read it. This, you post online and anybody can see it. Once it's out there, it is out there. There's no getting it back. But I think for some people who are going through something and are like, you know, trying to express themselves, even though some people don't accept them, this is a great way for people to do that. It's definitely helped me a lot. I feel like doing this, I can just sit here and do what I really love to do all the time. And I'm not getting told like, oh, you're wasting your time, or you're doing this, or you're doing that, and you need to be doing this. And it's just really funny because Gonzalo and I were talking today about, you know, the future and just what life has to offer. And he was saying to me that he doesn't agree with the, you know, the ideology that everybody portrays, like what you're supposed to do. You know, we're born, we grow up, your parents tell you to get good grades, go to college, do all this stuff, and then you take on responsibility, you have children, you get married, you buy a house, buy a new car, all this stuff, which brings you into, you know, some debt and then some insecurities and stress. And, you know, we are expected to work really hard for most of our lives, earn a good pension or Social Security or what have you, and then take that, and at 65 you're allowed to have fun. Then you're allowed to go on vacations. Then you're allowed to do whatever you want. And, you know, we're on this earth for such a short period of time that I don't feel like that is really our purpose. And I feel like, I don't know, just what me and Gonzalo were talking about today, like really kind of got to me, because I know he is really more sensitive to the subject than I am, but he is, because he's so passionate about what he does. If you guys don't know, Gonzalo also does YouTube as well, just like I do. And it's just because we have a passion for our hobbies, and we love to share that passion with other people. My passion is makeup, his passion is video games and technology. And you know, he's an extremely intelligent human being, and he is the farthest thing from stupid. So what he did was he went and he got all of his money together and he bought everything he needed to record gameplay. And I have never seen someone work so hard towards something in my entire life. Like, we bought this camera together, but you know, for me, all I need is the camera and some makeup, and then my talent comes from within. You know, like, gaming is a lot more technical than being beauty on YouTube or recording beauty on YouTube, because it's just a lot easier. Things aren't that expensive, and you know, his stuff was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and you know, being college students, that's not really practical sometimes, but when you have a passion, you make it happen. Like, there is nothing in the world that's going to stop you. We had been talking about doing YouTube for the longest time, and you know, it really comes from within passion. Like, ever since I was a little girl, I played with makeup. Like, I mean, when I was a little girl, I was kind of a tomboyish and I wasn't really into makeup, but once I started hitting like 6th grade, I had met one of my friends and she was doing her makeup, and she introduced me to foundation and contouring and all of this crazy stuff. And I was just so like intrigued. I never went a day without wearing makeup. And it wasn't because I didn't like the way that I looked. It wasn't at all that I didn't like my skin or this, that, or the other thing, because I am perfectly fine with going out without makeup. Like, I think a lot of people need to realize that your face is your face. Your skin is your skin. And you know, it is your freedom, right, to do whatever you want to your skin. So if you want to go and get Botox in your skin, or you want to do this to your skin, you go and do it. It's your body, you can go and do it. So that's what I did. I put makeup on my skin. That is just what I like to do. And a lot of people don't understand that, because a lot of people take makeup into like the, oh, you're not happy with how you look, so you put makeup on your face. No, I put makeup on my face because it's fun. I like being artistic in that way. So what's the big deal? I like finding products. I like new products. I like reviewing products. I think it's extremely interesting. I like feeling different formulas with different eyeshadows and different blushes and different highlighters, and what stick to the face and what don't, and what pick up on blemishes or what leaves dry patches or whatever, because everything is made differently. Just like people, everybody is made differently. So it's just really fun to me to find new products, new brands, new this, new that, to go out and try to do it. So yeah, we finally decided to buy a camera, and I feel like, you know, I tried to start YouTube a long time ago, when I was kind of in like a darker stage of my life. I was working at a personal care home, and it just made me like extremely depressed. Like, I had never been so depressed in my entire life. I don't think I was ever depressed before, but the amount of depression and anxiety that I gained just from being there and being, you know, a supervisor. I had to deal with death, and I watched about like 4 or 5 people die right in front of my eyes, and there is nothing that you can do about it because it's out of your control. It's natural. That is just human function, you know? People go when it's their time. But I don't know, for me, it takes a certain personality to do this. So after I was done there, I kind of like really picked up on the makeup, because I I wasn't having it. Like, I wasn't having the depression, I wasn't having the anxiety. That wasn't me. And you know, you talk to people about anxiety and depression and they're just like, oh, you need to relax, you need to get over it. And it's just like, no, I can't relax, I can't get over it. That's what anxiety and depression is. You cannot just get over it. You can't just take a nap and come back to life. That's not how it works. It's always there. And you know, ever since I gained it, I have had spurts of it. I had panic attacks from it, you know, but you learn to cope through your own. And some people don't. Like, I learned from the very beginning that now nobody understood what I was going through. And they would tell me like, oh, just relax, go take a nap, go lay down, breathe, just breathe. Yes, I'll just continue doing the normal bodily function that I do every 2 seconds of my entire life. Breathing will not help you. Yes, taking a deep breath and letting it out may calm you down slightly, or maybe it does work for you, but for me, that shit didn't work, so I didn't do it. And it's really sad because I just think about how many people just told me to relax, just relax, and I just want to like, just, they have no idea, what it's like. So I picked up on the makeup and I picked it up quick, and because in this sanctuary it gets your mind off of it. It really just makes you focus, and that is what helped me the most, is just focusing on something. Focusing on something other than your anxiety really calms you down. Well, at least for me. So if you haven't tried that, you should. But it really just calmed me down doing this. And I learned it really quickly that once I was feeling anxious or whatever, I was having an anxiety attack or whatever, I was just like, oh my God, I need to focus on something. I need to do something to get my mind off this. This is how I'm gonna have self-control over my anxiety and depression. So what I did was I invested in some makeup, and I went into the bathroom one night and just started playing. I think I had like L'Oreal concealer, like the little sticks that they have, and then I had like the Maybelline Mousse foundation, which is actually really good, by the way. I haven't used that in years, but you know, that just really got to me. Like, it really got me going, and it really got me started, and it really brought out my passion for doing makeup, and I just love it. I don't think I would ever give it up. There's like, it's like sports. You go and you try out and you love it. It's your passion. So many kids try out for sports and they're just like, that's their whole life. Like, that is their life. People grow up and then they find something and it's their life. Like, doing this is my life. I love to do this. And I realized that pretty quickly, and I was in trouble because, you know, everybody grows up and their parents tell them, you know, you have to make money, you have to buy a house, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's just over and over and over again. And I knew that being a cosmetologist and everything like that, I wasn't going to make enough money. And at least where I live, you know, where I live is not LA, where I live is not the city. So I had to find a different passion of mine, and I did. I got really interested in medicine, so I went to school for it. And it was hard because I went to a community college and completely flunked out just because, you know, I had to work also while doing this, and it was just not cool. Like, I could not just work, go to school, work, go to school. It's exhausting and it's not fun either. I just couldn't deal. I could not deal with it. So I flunked, and I was taking less classes at the time because you know, I don't want to completely waste my parents' money. Didn't get financial aid, nothing. So I was taking less classes and my mom was paying out of pocket. And you know, I felt terrible because I had flunked and I had wasted her money. But in the end, like, something had just kept telling me, like, you are not happy right now. And I knew that. I knew that to my core, that I was not happy. And there was nothing I could do about it. I mean, I had to continue with this. I had too much on my back and I just had to keep going. So I decided to look into a technical school that is near my hometown, and they offered a more hands-on learning experience, which I am more prone to, is hands-on learning. So I went and I actually really loved it. I had so much fun in every single class that I had. There was never really a dull moment with that. Everybody that I went to school with was super nice. And so, yeah, I just continued. And I thought that because I liked it so much, that's what I was supposed to do. And so I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And then, you know, I do really love it. I love doing what I do. Is it my passion though? No. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I want to make my hobby something that I can do forever. And I think that ultimately is the American dream. You know, everybody thinks the American dream is to buy a house, have kids, do all that, buy a car. And you know, those things are all something that everyone has. And they think of that as freedom. I don't. I don't think of that as freedom at all. And people will call me crazy for saying that. But I don't call that freedom, because I think freedom is going to work and it not feeling like work. And you're just loving what you're doing. That is freedom. That is complete freedom. You go to work and you do what you love. And you know, I could spend hours and hours sitting here talking, influencing, and just doing makeup and hopefully helping someone else across the world realize that you do not have to be doing something you don't want to do for the rest of your life just for that, just for something that everyone has. And I feel like once I met Gonzalo, I really learned that. He sparked like this serious fire in me that I was listening way too much to society. And I think everyone does. I think everyone listens to society so much. I think that, I mean, if you guys don't know, I do live in America. So yes, I am going to stand by that and say this is one of the best places to live. You do have the freedom to go out and do whatever you want. We are the land of opportunity. You have the power to go out and make whatever you want into your career, into doing whatever you want. That is the point of being here. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I think a lot of people just think, okay, we have the opportunity to go to school and get a job. When you could start your own business, you can create. That's the point. You can create whatever you want. Now, I'm not saying that going to school is the wrong way to go, because if you want to go to school and you love learning, then that's you. You love doing that, and I think that's great. So, for me, it's just a little bit different. I want to create. I want to make something my own. I want to do whatever I want. As like a child, I was never this way. I was more of a, okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do this. I have to do this. And I hate feeling that way. I hate when someone makes you feel like you need to do something in order to gain what you should have out of life. And you don't. You don't have to do anything that anybody else says to gain what you want. There's always a way to gain something that you want in a different way. There is not just going to school or this, that, or the other thing. You can become an entrepreneur. You can start your own business. You can sell something. You can, you know, act. You can make music. You can do whatever you want. And a lot of people don't realize that because it's hard. But that's the thing. People think, oh, it's too hard. This is too hard. It takes too much time. It's too much money. Blah, blah, blah. If you think it's too hard and it's too much money, then you are not really, really, really compassionate about it. And like I said, I am nowhere near the wealthiest person in the world. I make an average salary. Not even average. It's probably below average, to be completely honest with you. And it is what it is. I have to use my money responsibly because I do have bills. I'm a person. I buy things that cost too much money. You take out loans because you need something at that time. So yeah, I do have bills that I need to pay. Do I save every penny for my savings and for myself? Of course. Of course I do, because that is like the best thing you could ever do, is invest in yourself. Because if you invest in yourself, then you'll create something that nobody else can create because they're not you. Only you have the ideas that you create. So that is what I'm gonna do. I have decided to completely and 100% invest in myself. And there is nothing that anybody could ever do to stop me. I really don't care what anybody says. That's why I made the video earlier, just to talk to you guys about like what this channel is going to be about. And I just want anybody to know that, you know, this is my channel, these are my ideas, and that's how it's gonna go. You know, nobody can sit here and tell me what to do. Nobody here is my boss. I am my boss, and it's gonna stay that way. I don't know if any of you out there have ever had a boss that was just horrible, horrible boss, but I've had plenty. Right now I have an amazing boss. She's like the nicest, sweetest woman I've ever met in my life. And you know, I thought that once I started working there, I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I wanted. And then you start working and you're like, no, I love what I do, but this isn't what I want. Doesn't matter how nice anybody is or how welcoming anybody is or how comfortable anybody makes you feel. If you are not 100% passionate about what you do, it's always going to feel like work. And sitting here just talking and chatting and doing my makeup and showing you guys and teaching is something that I love to do. And that's the thing. Anybody can do whatever they want. Anybody could do what I'm doing right now. Literally, anyone. Anyone. And it's amazing about how work ethic comes into it, because yes, this isn't just me putting on my makeup. I mean, yes, I am physically putting on makeup right now, but this also comes with editing. It comes with money. It comes with everything else. It comes with stress and time, especially time. This comes with a lot of time. I don't go out. I don't go to parties. I don't do anything like that. Just because this is my passion, and I don't find a purpose in parties or drinking or drugs or anything like that. I have never smoked marijuana. I've never done anything like that. Just because me being me, I never found a purpose. There was no benefit for me to do that. That's why I've never done it, and just don't find a purpose in it. And the older I get, the more I'm finding that if you're not doing something you love, then there's going to be a big problem in the end. Because when I reach 65 and say I'm not doing YouTube, or I never did YouTube and I'm just ready to retire, who's to say I don't have severe arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis or osteoporosis or any severe bone brittling disease that keeps me from going out into the world and doing what I want to do. Why would I want that? I just had somebody at an office where I work at, he just retired. He turned 65, and you know, it just like blows my mind. He's like, now I can start living life. And I thought to myself, you're just starting to live life at 65. Who in the world taught you that was okay? You should be living life to the fullest at any age. Like, that's the point. You're living life at any age. And everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to have that chance to make life better for themselves. But the problem is that not everybody thinks that they can do it when they can. Anybody can do this. Anybody can start their own business. And, you know, a lot of people are jealous of people who have started their own business. And yeah, maybe some people come from money and their parents pay for everything or whatever. But, you know, a lot of people stick with it. They stick with the hard work. They make the business what it is. They make the work that should be theirs someone else's and still get paid an enormous amount of money. But that's because they worked hard for it. That's the point. You work hard for it to not work so hard in the end. And, you know, if you're working hard at it and you're passionate about it, then you're not working at all. Again, as I said, you're not working hard at all. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of get that off my chest, because Gonzalo and I were talking about that for a while. And it really kind of got to me, because we were talking about how we can't wait till one day we can just wake up and realize that all of this hard work has officially been worth it. And there's no question about it. Like, I will never, ever regret anything in my life as long as I'm doing what I love doing. So that's just that. There is no question about it. Yeah, I just wanted to come in here and kind of get that off my chest, because I don't know, it just was bothering me. Because I feel like so many people out there never take the opportunities they're given, or never take advantage of their position in life. And they should. A lot of people come from nothing. They come from not having food. They come from not having a home. And if you look at them now, because of hard work and perseverance, they have everything they've ever wanted. A family, a home, a job that they love, making it not a job at all. And I just can't wait to one day teach my children that. So with that being all said, kind of went on a tangent there. I want to show you guys how to do this look. So what I did was I just took some brown shadow on top, because, you know, even with a regular smoky eye, you're going to transfer that. And you're going to use that as your transition color. What I'm going to do now is take this angled brush. I have the hiccups if you didn't notice. And I'm going to use the color, I'm obsessed with this palette, as you guys know. Color Onyx. Completely black. And we're going to smudge this on the bottom lash line. I'm going to make it up into a liner and then connect my liner. Use it sparingly because it is black. As you guys know, this is so not my thing, which is why I'm doing it. Because I never, ever do like a bottom line. I'm gonna take some of it on a blending side just to get a little bit lower. Smudge it out. Look something like that. Just really wispy too. I'm gonna keep mine pretty light. I don't want to make it too dark. I don't really usually like that dark of a smoky eye, but this was very interesting when I saw it, so just gonna keep going here. This really rounds out the eyes. I'm gonna take some on the fluffy end of my brush, just to get a little more. But yeah, so the purpose of this video was to really inspire you guys to go out and find something that you truly love to do, whether it's makeup or what have you, like, or being in the medical field, or going out and being a doctor, or finding new medicine, or being a therapist, or being a professional football player, or whatever. You know, this life is way too short. And we all can't just live life feeling like, you know, we didn't accomplish something. Everyone wants to feel accomplished. Oh no! God, I hate that. Anybody hate when that happens? It is. Buff her out. Alright, that looks pretty good. Oh, I hate when you accidentally touch something and then you accidentally touch your face. Ugh, that's so annoying. Okay, now on to the other eye. But yeah, I don't want anybody to think that they can't go out and do something that they love to do, because it's like the worst feeling in the world, thinking that just because of where you came from or how much money you make, you feel like you can't do something, and that's just entirely not true. couldn't be more untrue, actually. I'm actually really digging how this thing is coming out right now. I'm shocked because usually my lower lash line is bare as can be. So it's kind of shocking. I was watching, I don't know if any of you are like Harry Potter fans, but I am. Well, both me and Gonzalo are severe Harry Potter fans. I don't know if anyone has been to the Universal theme park of Harry Potter. I have been there once and it's bomb. So anybody is looking for a good trip to go on, go to Universal. It's pricey, I'll tell you that, but oh god, it's just so worth it. Like, it's so worth it. Like, it's like exactly like the movie. I'm gonna add just a little bit of highlight in the inner corners just because that's me. I have to have something in there. Okay, now I'm gonna add some of my mascara. This is like really cool looking. Whoever came up with this is a really good idea. Like a really good idea. I would have never thought of this. I mean, you can go a lot smokier than I did, but this is just like insane. This is actually really hard to get your makeup to look like you're not like punched in the face, but if you use it sparingly and you blend out where you need to blend out, it looks freaking awesome. Great. Now for the lips, I am not one to do like a bold lip with a bold eye. I personally don't think it goes together. So what we're gonna do, don't mind my gray hairs, by the way. I need to dye my hair. My hair is naturally dark, as you can see. But my mom blessed me with her genetic gray hair gene that runs in our family. She had gray hair starting in the 3rd grade. Crazy. I'm gonna keep a nude lip. This is the NYX, what is this even? I don't even know what I'm putting on. That would be nice. It is the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in Fortune Cookie. Okay. I love these. They're so cheap, so glossy, and they smell good. It smells like a cookie, which is pretty cool. I hate when glosses have like that chemical scent. I won't even buy it if it doesn't have a good scent. Is that bad? But I have a thing with smells, so yeah. All right, guys, this is the final look. I actually really like it. I'm kind of shocked about how much I like it, actually. I did not expect to like it this much. As you can see, brown on top, black on the bottom. Well, mine is kind of grayish. But yeah, it's kind of like a daring move for me. I would have never done this on my own unless I heard about it. But yeah, I'm actually really liking it. This is definitely perfect for like a date night. And I like it. I'm probably gonna do it again. Like, and just wear it out or something. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little chatty talk that we had. I hope you gained some inspiration of it, hopefully. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave and turn on some notifications just to be notified for when I do post a video. Yeah, and mentioning my boyfriend so much, he is on YouTube as well. If any of you gals or guys or whoever like video games or gameplay, he is the Scientific Gamer on YouTube. That is his name. I have his stuff linked in my description all the time. His channel, Instagram, Snapchat, any other social media of his. So yeah, definitely check him out as well. He puts a lot of hard work and effort into his videos, and they're just so funny. They're so good, they're so funny, they're so entertaining, and they're very educational actually. He knows a lot about his games, so if you need to learn anything about a game or how to beat a game, check him out because he knows his games. Yeah, so I don't have anything else to say except I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!